What's going on, guys? It's Bradley back here with another YouTube video after such a long time. Hope everyone in their family is doing great at these times in the world and they're keeping that 6 feet social distance. When I get into the video, not many of you guys may know that I enlisted into the United States Army starting back in November of 2019 and completed my basic combat training in February of 2020, which is this year, obviously. Well, I'm here to give you guys my experience of it and the pros and cons of enlisting. Well, considering that you have already got through MEPS, or the Medical Entrance Processing Station, and have already been shipped off, then your stage 1 will be a reception, which is where you would be for about a week depending on the volume of trainees that's shipped off during that time period with you guys. Now here at reception is where you're going to do paperwork, differing if you're a single or married trainee and have dependents. I'm a single soldier, so I didn't have to do the excessive amount of paperwork that was needed for those that were married. Alongside that, in reception is where you are assigned your uniforms, which is the OCPs, APFUs, which is the Army Physical Fitness Uniform. OCPs is just like your actual uniform that you wear. I don't know the actual name for it yet. I'm gonna have to look that up. And more additional clothing. For my males and some females, it was also where you're going to receive your first military cut. I actually got a military cut yesterday, to be spoken. My cuts usually don't look like this. I asked for a high skin fade, and look what she gave me. So yeah, we're gonna have to get past this for a while. But let's just say for me that day, I was not looking this good. I was looking skinhead. Depending on your reception battalion and where you are shipped off, you may have to perform your first physical fitness test. In my case, I didn't have to. I'm not sure why. Maybe the amount of people that we had, or I'm not really sure, but we didn't have to do a physical fitness test. Now moving to the barracks, the reception. The barracks where I stayed in reception at Fort Sill weren't the best, but they did the job for the time, which I was there for a week. In these barracks, you have the racks in the open base sharing it with other trainees. As for the showers and latrines, which is the bathroom for my civilians, you also get to share that common area with other trainees as well. Depending on how your barracks are set up, showers are set up with some curtains, some probably don't have curtains, some do. Luckily mine's did. The latrines, it's where you conduct your personal hygiene from shaving to brushing your teeth, etc. A normal day in reception at Fort Sill consisted of us waking up at 4:30 in the morning and being in formation at least at 5 to 10 minutes prior for accountability. After that, you're marched down to breakfast chow, where you additionally wait around for some time before actually getting sent down to eat, which would be outside. Depending on the amount of trainees you have, you may either have not much of a wait time or you may have a excessive amount of wait time. For me, it was around like 20 to 25 minutes before and after end of eating. Because my battalion did, not my battalion, but my reception did consist of 900 to 1,000 of us trainees that came in during that time period. In that case, after breakfast chow, you're then marched back over to the place where you did all that paperwork, shots, immunizations, and all of that stuff, which in my case, it was Vesey Hall, which we were usually there until lunch chow doing all of those necessities. Usually after lunch chow, you would head back to complete more additional necessities needed to be done until dinner chow. Then after dinner chow is when you're usually marched back to reception barracks and maybe given personal time to do your own thing. Not necessarily do your own thing, but get ready for the night. I think this needs to be said, but also in reception is where you're gonna take your initial military photo that you can send home to your family after completion of basic training. On your few days at reception, you begin to get an idea of which battery company you'd be assigned to in basic training. My battery is Bravo 131, Bravo Battery, 1st Battalion, 31st Field Artillery. I am in Field Artillery, so air defense. And with your last day at reception is where you get your pickup from your drill sergeants in the shark attack. From my personal experience, my drill sergeants from reception organized us into the platoons we were going to be assigned under and our battery, and handed us off to our basic training drill sergeants. Which next we marched down with our duffel bags and other additional bags that we accompanied during reception. my case, our march wasn't too far, about 7 to 10 minutes to our battery. After arriving at our battery, all 4 different platoons were briefed on our chain of command and expectations to be met during the cycle of our stay here in Fort Sill for our basic combat training. After the brief is finished, you are then attacked again and then have to find your additional duffel bag that was put on the truck or LMTV and a ramble of other trainees' duffel bags, which you can imagine that was probably a mess after hearing all that yelling. It really didn't get to me as much, but it was kind of funny to me. I couldn't show that humor or anything because, drill sergeants in here and all that. But for some people, they have to look a struggle on their face. For me, I may have had that same look, but I don't know. But yeah, you can imagine how that went. After finished with that, you were then taken up to your bay or place to stay during your time in combat training, basic combat training. And you look at the layout to make sure you have everything you were issued in reception. Lastly, you would be assigned your bunks and lockers, which is where I will finish off this video for the reception in the U.S. Army. In conclusion, my time in reception was an eye-opener to something new and different that I've never experienced before, and at times quite funny, like I said. Also, it was a place where I met some of my battle buddies that I'm still currently in touch with to this day. Everyone's expectations will be different though, considering your approach to it and your mindset. To mention, we did have quite a few people who did quit during reception, figuring that it wasn't what they had expected. With that being said, if you guys would like my video or my basic training experience, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day and appreciate you for stopping by to watch my video. Peace.